Nowadays, the millennial generation faces more challenges and pressures more than their precession. There are several influences that impact this generation. Other than the social and financial standing being considered, what other aspects can be influenced to us millennials? Social media. Almost everyone has Facebook. Everyone rely on Yelp reviews before making a restaurant reservation. We follow celebrities on Twitter. People insert a lot of energy on achieving a perfect Instagram feed. Social media is a great avenue to influence and be influenced. Some people try to go lengths to exclude a certain vibe online. Some even transforms into a completely different alter ego. In everyone's lives, there are many times when they are forced to determine what is wrong and what is right. The way that they determine this is by their belief system, or in a simpler term, their identities. You will hear of so many people having identity crisis. As well, they should. In a world where people are afraid to walk out in the streets, in a world where people have to put on two faces to get ahead, it's easy to see how people can get confused about themselves. An identity is what separates you and the person sitting next to you. Without identity, people would all be similar to a bunch of blank lines dying a slow but deliberate social death. There are a myriad of reasons why people have the beliefs and the identities that they should. Although many factors including parents, schooling, friends, and personal experiences affect the way people's identities are formed, it is ultimately the decision of the people themselves to create their true identities. There are always two sides of the same coin. Given the digital stage, it has its boons, but banes also coexist. Some experience identity crisis. Some may tag this a quarterly life crisis, and even existential crisis. Psychosocial conflicts arise. Adolescents experience this the most. People who are caught in between being required to ask permission to go to the bathroom to school, and those being forced to slave in a 9 to 5 jobs and pay bills. Adulting, if you may. Social roles, personal adjustments, and routine changes will happen. This is very critical to a person's personality development. Unresolved crisis usually revolves to a hold-up in one's personality development. Unresolved issues may include an untimely death in family or grievance, being in the losing end of racism, homophobia, bullying, or body shaming, getting caught up in a situation like immigrating and coping up with different environments, and other personal dilemmas that may affect one's perspective in a personal or professional level. The main factor that influences a person's self-image is through his nature and nurture. A person's upbringing is also heavily affected his personal compass. At the end of the day, diversity is very important. Varying option makes good discussions and inspire people to make good innovations to progress and move forward. The youth in our society are faced with the dilemma of identity. They have played no role in molding the society in which they are living, and they have practically no hope of playing a vital role in shaping society of their dreams. So they thought. Do these people, especially the youth, have a fighting chance with them having only armed with idealism in their hands for their personal defense mechanism against all of this outside negative force in their environment, with all the corruption, terrorism, governmental issues, and criminals. Identity crisis is having no certainty of what you are as a person and what you might become. It is altering one's ego but having a personal psychosocial conflict, especially in adolescence, that involves confusion about one's social role and often a sense of loss of continuity to one's personality. It is having the problem of not knowing what direction in life you want to take, a feeling of unhappiness and confusion caused by nothing that you feel. It is caused by not being sure about what type of person you really are, or what is your true purpose in life is. Those who transpire from adolescent stage is facing this crisis of personality development with a strong sense of identity. They are well equipped to face adulthood with confidence and certainty. Sometimes, individuals face obstacles that may prevent the development of a strong identity. This sort of unresolved crisis leaves individuals struggling to find themselves. They may go on and seek on negative identities, which may involve crime or drugs, or the inability to make defining choices about the future. Personally, from my own views and perceptions, if one's crisis is their identity, all they have to do is search for them, and with the help of fidelity. I must say, it is a hard trial, but it is inevitable. Sooner or later, you must have your own personal identity, your mark, the capability of knowing who you are. It is a long path to tackle, but at the end of the day, it is still worth it. One's identity comprises of the collective aspects of set of characteristics by which they are definitively recognized or known. Therefore, the search for one's identity is the attempt to explore for their unique joint features that makes them who they are, possibly due to feelings or uncertainty. What influences a person's identity? Is it their homes, parents, siblings, or possibly where they live? When do they get one? Do they get it when they understand right from wrong, or when they can read? Or are they born with it? Everyone has one, and nobody has the same. Is there a point in everyone's life when they get one? A person's identity is their own. Nobody in there, and nobody can take it out. Everyone in this world has different identities because they all make their own over the course of their life. A person's identity can also cause a person to have masculine and feminine traits. There is one thing that gives a person's identity. There are, however, many different factors that contribute to one's identity. What is someone's identity? To me, someone's identity is a part of their being. Nobody will ever hold it, touch it, or even see it, but it's there. Nobody has one like mine or yours. It's different. It guides you in making your decision, your thoughts, ideas, and dreams. You may think something is terrible while someone else don't even care, and yet another person may laugh. Why? The answer is simple. Everyone has his own identity and personality. Everyone feels, acts, thinks, and dreams differently. People may have some of these things in common with one another, but they will not be totally the same. It is like a fingerprint. It is unique. It is like no other. It is only yours. There are many origins to a person's identity. Their family, their friends, their home life, their religion, their environment, and others. A person's identity is developed over many years and put together by the person themselves. It comes from the individual's ability to think, reason, and form an opinion.